And many of the accusations on a moral perspective are usually false anyway, because when you study Islam, you see that all of its rulings are based on rahmah. As Ibn Qayyim al-Jawziyah said, that all of the Sharia is based on mercy, is based on compassion. And you see it. Even things that you may think are harsh. Wallahi, brothers and sisters, the lenses you use to understand Islam is mercy. Here's the dalil. Number one, Allah says He is Ar-Rahman. And He taught the Quran. Ar-Rahman taught the Quran. The Quran is a love letter to humanity. Number two, Allah says about the Prophet ﷺ that he is a rahmah to all the worlds, to everything that exists. So these are the two fundamental lenses that we use to understand Islam. So for example, if there was a ruling for the punishment of treachery, right? We see this in the seerah. It's a political issue. After due process, just law, right? There's a punishment for treachery. That's not harsh, it's mercy. Why? Because if we always allow people to be treacherous against the community, and the community means what? It means Muslim and non-Muslim. It's not just Muslims. If we allow people to be treacherous from a social political level to the community, then that means we're easy target. And it affects everybody, innocence. So sometimes you have to have a suitably harsh law to create preventative mechanisms, right? So it's in line with a greater wisdom and a greater mercy. My country, Great Britain, right? Imagine France always broke its treaties, always did skirmishes near the border, killed innocent people. And David Cameron said, oh, we forgive you, France. Oh, we forgive you, France. Oh, we forgive you again. And the fifth time, England becomes France, right? And it's raped and pillaged all the Brits. God forbid, right? Too soft. That's not rahmah. David Cameron would be really wise and merciful if he said after the second strike, we're going to have a suitably harsh anti-treachery law in place. Do you see my point here? Simple stuff. You see it through the eyes of mercy. Don't allow these Islamophobes to try and make our Prophet ﷺ look like someone who was bloodthirsty. He was never bloodthirsty. And we could see this in when people became Muslim, he forgave them, which means that the maqsad, the higher objective was them for their guidance. And that was true love, true compassion. Love for Anas, what you love for yourself. This is in Bukhari, narrated by Bukhari. If you love Allah and His Messenger, then you want to give that love to other people. You want guidance for people. He said, I didn't come here to curse people, right? He came to guide them. He was here as a warner and as someone to show them glad tidings. He forgave people who even tried to attempt to kill him. Right? What about the general amnesty in Mecca? Right? You know, people don't remember these things. The Prophet had a lot of hilm, a lot of forbearance, which is patience against aggression. And the other aspects that we see in the seerah, they have context. They have a social political context which is based on a greater mercy. Right? Because if people always intend to kill others, you have to put preventative mechanisms in place. Right? So we have to be very nuanced and analytical when we look at the tradition.